evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this edition of the Philly Pod. Tonight is September the 26th, 2016. I'm your host, Mike, along with my co-host, Dave. Dave, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, man. That's a pretty sweet weekend. How about those Philadelphia Eagles?
Woo!
Taking down the Steelers 34-3. Ooh, that's a big win.
I admit I was a doubter, and I think a lot of people were doubting. I'm glad I was wrong. I am so glad I was wrong.
Well, I got to eat some crow too. I mean, I had them losing this game from the start. I didn't go as far as you did, making the Steelers one of my plays of the week. But I didn't think the Eagles were going to win this game, and I certainly didn't think they were going to win it as convincingly as they did.
That just blew me away.
Total domination.
No one in Philadelphia, other than the ones that are complete homers, saw that as a win.
I'll tell you, man, that was just shocking. You know, I was expecting a close game.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting too.
But man, they took
it to them.
They dominated every facet of the game.
They took it to them.
No, they did, and I mean, listen, hats off, Carson Wentz, the Eagles defense, Doug Peterson, great game plan again. Jim Schwartz. I mean, how about the offensive line? There are so many things to get into for this game.
A lot.
And then you just saw it. And the Eagles dominated both sides of the line of scrimmage. They dominated it. The defensive line was outstanding once again, and the offensive line was incredible. Just all around great win for the Eagles.
I'll tell you what, I think it's silenced quite a few critics this week.
Well, one of which being Bart Scott, which I'm not. If you guys had the chance to see, we're going to put these comments up there by Bart Scott, who basically, I don't want to, don't quote me on this, but it was something to the extent of the Eagles hadn't played anybody yet. You're not going up against the Browns and the Bears. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers you're going up against this week. Well, Bart Scott, what else you got?
Yeah.
What else you got, man?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, and Carson Wentz again, like,
this is a rookie we're talking about here.
Now,
out of the FCS.
This ain't your average rookie, though.
No.
This kid's special, man.
Dude, he's doing a lot. Again, we talked about this last week and the week before. This kid is doing stuff that we are not used to seeing in Philadelphia.
Mm-mm.
Killing plays when he needs to, reading defenses. We're not used to that in Philadelphia.
No, he gets the ball out of his hands quick. I mean, his recognition of plays, it's phenomenal. It really is. I mean, it's mind blowing. But
23 for 31, 301 yards.
Yeah.
What was it?
I think
301 yards passing, and again, no INTs.
Again, 0 turnovers. Which, since I think the stat I heard after the game was, I think since 2009, I think it is, the Eagles have led the NFL in turnovers. And to come out for the first 3 games and not turn the football over at all, I love that's how you win football games.
Yes.
You win football games by taking care of the football and creating turnovers.
Yes.
And they've done a phenomenal job of that so far. So, a lot to talk about today.
Definitely.
A lot of things to discuss.
All
Big
good
win.
Things.
Yeah, all good things. I have a little something that's
minor stuff, but stuff that
it's still a concern for me. But man, I guess we'll start with the offensive line. Which, hey, you know what? You and I got to eat some crow here.
Yes.
We're going to be eating a lot of crow today, unfortunately. But the offensive line, which was much maligned in the preseason, and which we both thought was going to be really one of the weakest parts of this team, dominated the Steelers.
Yes.
I mean, they were able to get. They were pushing back that defensive line, running. There was good pass protection. I mean, it was impressive. It was impressive. It was just an impressive performance by the offensive line.
And then Smallwood stepped up when Matthews couldn't get it going.
Yeah, Wendell Smallwood looked good.
Sproles had 6 receptions for over 140 yards receiving.
Well, Sproles had the big play there.
Well, yeah, that'll help out the receiving yards.
Oh yeah, no, that was big. I mean,
and then how about Carson Wentz on that play, getting out of the pocket and making that touch pass? I mean, this kid's something special.
He's a playmaker. He is. But I wonder, just now think off the top of my head, since you just mentioned Carson Wentz. Do you think Carson Wentz and the way he's been able to maneuver and making protection changes, doing all those things, do you think he's kind of covering up for the offensive line?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, I think he's able to get out of the pocket. He's definitely not one of those. He's a pocket passer, but he does have mobility. Maybe a little bit. Maybe not to the extent to where it's on every play, but definitely, I think it is partially him bailing out the O-line.
No, I agree. I think the offensive line has definitely played much better than we all anticipated. But I think a little part of it has been Carson Wentz as well, and just his presence at the line of scrimmage. I think that's been a big factor as well. But speaking about the offensive line, pending the B sample coming back negative, Lane Johnson's out of here for 10 games.
Yeah, and that's a concern that I have.
Well, that's a big loss.
That is, because he's a big piece to that O-line. And if you lose someone like him, I wonder how this O-line is going to hold up now. It's a huge loss.
No, it's a big loss for sure. So how does that impact the team going forward?
I think it's more of a wait and see kind of thing with the O-line. It's a question mark. Definitely a question mark.
Well, it's concerning for me. Now, I said it on our last episode. This team can win the division.
Yes.
And I still do believe they can, even with losing Lane Johnson for 10 games. That's going to hurt. Don't get me wrong. That's going to hurt. But when you have Carson Wentz who's able to read, recognize, and react as quickly as he does, it hurts a little less.
Yes.
It hurts a little less because Carson Wentz is getting the football out of his hands so fast. Like the pass rush doesn't even have time to get there.
You know what? In football, in any sport for that matter, it's next man up. Someone's got to be the next man up and do the job that Lane Johnson's doing. Although I know it's hard to replace him, in football, it's next man up. Someone's got to step up.
Maybe not in football. In New England, it's definitely next man. How ridiculous is that? Just a side note there. Jacoby Brissett, the third string quarterback, and they destroy the Texans on Thursday Night Football. Unbelievable.
Nothing.
Yeah, unbelievable. And it's just amazing. So if we can find a way to get that culture coming here to Philadelphia, where, like you said, you have that next man up, plug and go.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be awesome.
I'll tell you what, though. I think Cleveland's got to be envious of New England right now. They go through all those quarterbacks, and New England's finding ways to win.
Well, I think they're more envious of us right now.
True.
I mean, let's not forget, they could have drafted Carson Wentz if they wanted. Instead, they made the deal to get picks, whatever, and then, Carson Wentz,
Yeah.
Give us Robert Griffin III. I mean, what else needs to be said at that point? They're the Cleveland Browns. They're still laughing. Should have won the game yesterday.
Yeah.
But,
Cody Parkey.
Cody Parkey made an appearance in the did you see the game he had? Missed 2 out of 5 field goals, cleaned the game winner. Good thing. Good. I mean, good riddance.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a kicker anyway, so who cares? But
head case.
Yeah.
Head case.
Another good call there by Doug Peterson to give him the boot and keep Caleb Sturgis.
Sturgis looks like looks pretty good now.
Yeah.
He had a rough year last year, but he looks okay now.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really give crap about kickers. I'm just more like just put the ball through the uprights and good. But we talked about. I mean, it was just total domination.
It was,
and they dominate both parts of the line of scrimmage, and the defensive line, just the job they did on the Steelers' O line, and on Ben Roethlisberger,
giving pressure on him, knocking him down, rushing him, making sure he didn't get his passes off in time, disrupting his timing. He had a tough time getting into those receivers.
Yeah, no, he did. The defensive line did what they're going to be expected to do every game, which is probably an unfair expectation because you can't expect them to do it throughout the course of a 16-game season. But they did it again.
Yeah,
third game in a row they did it again. They brought and it was the front four.
Yeah, they held the Steelers' offense to 250.
How about the game Fletcher Cox had again? And then you had Benny Logan.
Yeah, blocking the kick.
And that was huge. I think that was a huge, huge way to start that game. The defense, hey, they gave up yards in the air on that drive, but they bent. They didn't break in the red zone.
No.
And when the Steelers looked like they're going to go on the board first, blocked the field goal, and I think that was a big, big tone setter for the game. That
shifted momentum completely, I think. Definitely, I remember I saw that play, and I'm like, all right, we bent, but we didn't break, and then Benny Logan goes out and blocks the kick.
Huge.
I'm like, oh my God, he blocked that kick.
It was huge, man. Huge start to the game, and then the Eagles were off, and they were rolling from there.
And you know what? The crowd was into it yesterday.
Well, it was a big game. We're a smart fan base. We realize, this is a big game. We get this win, and we're legit.
And the crowd was just I don't think I've ever heard the Link that loud in quite a long time.
It was good to see.
There was a lot of energy in that stadium, and I'm really proud to be an Eagles fan right now.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's one, you know what? We can take that, give ourselves
a pat on the back.
Nice pat on the back. We can enjoy that for 2 weeks. I can't think. What better way to go into the bye than that?
Yeah, and I thought about that. The bye week's interesting because it comes early, but I think this is a good time for a bye week to happen for the Eagles. You got a young quarterback. Let him digest what he's done so far and make the adjustments that he needs to make for the rest of the season. I think this was perfect timing for the bye. Although I think we touched base on it through texting yesterday, saying that this bye was another bye week. But I think
what bye week?
Our bye week coming up.
Right.
We talked about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think that this is the perfect time for a bye week for a young quarterback. Let him digest. Let him think about, what can he improve on? What can he do to just further himself?
Wow. Truthfully, it's nothing major I would say he needs to improve on.
Right.
That's coming. Okay, when you take a look at the schedule coming up down the road, there are going to be some serious tests coming up for Carson Wentz. Because when you take a look at the schedule coming up, when we come back from the bye, things get serious real quick.
Yes. Detroit, Washington.
That's at Detroit, correct?
Yes.
See, that's a tough game there.
At Detroit, at Washington.
I think they can win that game.
Home game against the Vikings. I think a lot of fans have that game marked on the calendar right now.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Especially if both teams keep rolling the way they do.
Let's project this out. We're 3-0 right now.
Yes.
So we come out of the bye, we go into Detroit, and I think they win that game.
I do too.
Detroit's been so I thought Detroit would be a little bit better right now.
Yeah. But
they've been so inconsistent. That's just it's tough to figure them out.
I'll tell you what. If they had Megatron, I definitely would be worried. But they don't. He retired.
Well, Marvin Jones is having a pretty good season.
Yeah.
Which we're going to talk about the Birds. But since we're on it, I'm still concerned about the Eagles secondary.
Definitely.
Because while the defensive line did a great job getting pressure, there were many throws that Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers left on the field, yes, where I think he just missed them. I think because he was under so much duress,
right?
And not to mention the drop touchdown pass by Marcus Wheaton,
yeah,
on the opening drive. So Pittsburgh left a lot on the field, for sure. So I'm not going to be Mr. Negative. I'm not here to do that tonight. Right. But the cornerbacks, the safety play is fine. The corners are still a concern. And I think that was on display. You saw Antonio Brown still got his fair share of receptions. They limited him.
Yes,
but the corner play is still.
He still had over 100 yards.
Before we go on, you got to give a shout out to one of our listeners. One of our listeners, Chris Walker. We were actually talking before the season. Again, we're going with the theme of eating crow here, and this is before we knew Carson Wentz was going to be Carson Wentz, and we were just talking, and Mr. Walker made the claim. You know what? I don't think it's that far fetched they can win the division. I looked right at him. I said, "Dude, are you serious?
Yeah.
You're nuts. There's no way they're going to compete this year."
Yeah.
So, Chris Walker, I know you're listening out there, man. That's a great call by you. You were dead right about this Eagles team, and it's exciting. He also picked the Eagles. Picked the Eagles outright winners.
Guts.
Yeah. So, hey, good call.
I wish I could say the same, but I didn't do that.
Well, that's a whole nother issue. Can you get your picks going just a little bit, man? Is it so hard to get one win for the listeners? Make a little bit of money for them?
Yeah, I am struggling.
But to go back, all right, so the schedule. They got Detroit coming out of the bye. I think that's a win. You got that as a win too, right?
Yes.
All right, then we're at Washington.
At Washington, yes.
That's a winnable game now.
It is.
It's still a division game on the road, but I originally had that as a loss.
Yeah.
I think they can win. That defense doesn't scare me.
No.
Nah, that secondary going up now against Carson Wentz. The Eagles receivers still, nothing great, but they're starting to make some plays. So I'd give them that win.
Yes.
I don't think Washington's that great right now. Home against the Vikings, I got to put that as a loss still.
Okay. I could see it because they got that running game and that defense to worry
That's a
about.
That's a good team. I'm shocked they go into Carolina and just dominate Cam Newton the way they did. That's a good defense, man. So I mean, it's still Sam Bradford, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'd be very curious. I'd have to if I had to pick right now, I'd say the Vikings win that game, but I'm going to be interested to see what the line says when we get there. Who else we got?
Week 8 at Dallas.
So I'd probably have to give that a loss just because that's in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What else we got?
Then we got the Giants up in the Meadowlands.
This is tough, man. This is a tough stretch.
I had that as a loss. To me, the Giants are the only other team that I am concerned about in the NFC East.
Yeah.
You think about the offensive weapons they have up there and that defense.
Although I was a little disappointed in their performance yesterday.
Yeah.
Against the Redskins. I thought the defense played horribly.
Yep.
Really, in all honesty. So I still think that's a better defense than what they played, but I'm not so sure they're still the class though. They're still going to be the team to beat.
Yes.
It's between us and the Giants right now.
Yes, I would agree.
But
they're the only other team that I'm concerned about in the NFC East.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Dallas. I don't think they have enough on the defensive end. Washington's I'm not buying into that still yesterday.
Then we're at home against Atlanta. I think that's a winnable game.
Yeah, that's definitely a winnable game right now. Yeah, for sure.
And then this is where things get very interesting. At Seattle.
I don't see him winning that game.
No.
I still don't see it as well as they're playing.
That's a tough place to play.
Now,
Quarterback.
Now, I'll say this. All right, so the schedule there. So the schedule's going to get tough.
Yes.
And we're going to find out what the Eagles are really made of. What kind of team. We're going to find out right away. So we're all in agreement now. The Eagles can win the division. But of course, talking with people today and listening to people on TV and whatnot, those two words have already started. We've already started to hear those two words now.
Oh no! I don't want to
Super
go
Bowl.
there. No,
Mikey,
no,
are they Super Bowl bound?
No. Too many holes on that team. I don't see it. Maybe the division. I think maybe a playoff.
Oh, definitely the division.
The division, and then maybe a playoff win.
I could see that. Now, still 3 weeks in, but I agree. I could see a playoff win in the wild card round.
Depending on who we play.
See that. Yeah, depending on the matchup for sure. But I don't think that's out of the realm though. Yeah. A playoff win.
Now, if we're still doing well and we're 8 or 9, maybe even 10 weeks into the season, and they're still maybe 6-2 or 9-7-2, then maybe you start to think about it. But until then, I'm not going that far yet.
Sorry guys. I'm still coming. I'm still getting over my cold.
Yeah,
my voice is back, but so what's the point for you? Where they have to do so and so for you to be like, all right, they could be a Super Bowl contender. What would be the point for you where it gets you thinking?
I say if they're 7-2 by week 10. If they are 7-2 by week 10,
but who would they have beaten then?
They, if they can manage.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Where's that point where you're like, okay, yeah, we can do this.
I'll tell you what, if they can beat Seattle in Seattle, I know that's a tough game, but that's where good teams are able to come away with wins. If they beat Seattle in Seattle, I'm on board. But until then, the jury's still out.
Yeah.
I think that they're not there yet.
Yeah, I would have to agree. If they can beat the Vikings, handling that defense. If they can win that game, and yeah, I mean you hit it. I mean for me, if they can go into Seattle and win that game, I mean against that defense,
Yeah.
Boy, that would get me thinking. That will get me thinking. Now, obviously, we're not, if they lose the next 5 games and then they go into Seattle and win, then
forget it. Yeah.
Okay.
But going back to what we're talking about, the schedule, then you have Green Bay at home. That's a home game.
See, if they can win that game too, like that would tell me if you can get through those 3 games, Minnesota, Green Bay, and Seattle. If you can get through that 2-1, I don't know. I'll consider. It's going to depend.
Yeah.
It's going to depend. If they lose all 3 of those games, which I'm inclined to think they will, then I think it's more division title, maybe wild card berth, possible first. Possible wild card win is still in the realm.
And then after that, we have Cincinnati.
Where's that?
That's
here?
in Cincinnati.
Now, see, after watching that game this week, boy, Cincinnati's got problems.
Yeah, they can't stop the run.
They have problems on the defensive end.
Yeah.
When Trevor Siemian lights you up for 4 touchdowns, I know you have Demarius and Emmanuel Sanders, but that's a red flag game for me for the Bengals. So that's looking like a winnable game right now.
Oh, I have 2 words for you though: trap game. If they get to that point,
Why you say that?
I'm just saying, it's any given Sunday.
Yeah, but why is it a trap game? Like, do they play someone after that?
No, not really.
All right, so you just think that's a game that could possibly... Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know if I call it a trap game, but yeah, that's a game they could lose.
Yeah. Then we play at home. We have Washington. I think that's a winnable. That's definitely a win.
That is. So that would make what you just said. That would make it that could make Cincinnati a possible trap game then.
Yeah.
Because I think by that point the Redskins are going to be, Kirk Cousins is going to be on his way out of Washington.
You like that?
No.
Then we're at Baltimore. Then it's New York and Dallas to finish the season.
And those games are at home.
Yes.
Boy, this is going to get interesting. Boy, this Eagles season's got really, really interesting all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man. But at what point...
I would have been fine going 2-1 in the bye week. I would have been absolutely fine with that.
Oh, me too.
But...
Man, 3-0.
Lo and behold,
there's a chance. There's a chance they could be 5-0 to start the season.
Yeah.
You beat Detroit, you beat Washington.
I'd be fine with that. I'd be happy.
Are you kidding? I would be thrilled. The way this was looking in the preseason.
Yeah.
All throughout the off season.
All aboard the Wentz wagon.
Dude, what was all the talk this off season?
I think that all went out the window, dude.
Dude, it's all out the window. It's all out the window right now.
And we were both skeptics too.
Hey, I was wrong. I was totally wrong.
We were both wrong, dude. We were both wrong.
The Lane Johnson suspension is a concern.
Yes.
It's a legitimate concern for me right now. Because when you start to go up against the better defenses, the Minnesotas, the Seattles.
I think you'll definitely see some struggles on that O-line.
Yeah, that's going to be huge because they're going to throw some looks at Carson Wentz that he hasn't seen yet, which is going to take extra time for him to process.
Yeah.
And that's where where no Lane Johnson could really, really hurt him.
Yeah, but until we get to that point, let's enjoy it. But it's definitely something we have to
good feeling.
Think about.
Like I haven't been. I was thinking about this last night. I haven't been this excited for a team since 2000.
Yeah,
when the Eagles went on that run with Donovan McNabb.
Yeah,
really since the pickle juice game. I mean, honestly, man.
I'll tell you what. I woke up yesterday and I had jitters. That hasn't happened to me in quite some time. I couldn't wait for this game. I honestly could not wait for this game.
Yeah. Well, were you satisfied?
Yeah. Satisfied? Yes. Definitely satisfied.
How awesome is it, man? It's not like a mirage like Chip Kelly. Like, see, it's going to be easy for us to say this now, but we weren't on air for the Nick Foles thing. Like,
yeah.
I was never a huge Nick Foles fan, even with the 27-2.
Yeah.
There were a lot of little things that Nick Foles did that I didn't like.
It didn't make you a believer.
No, and I was never a big Foles guy.
Yeah, especially when he held on to the ball too long.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Yeah, I thought his pre-snap recognition was poor, but Carson Wentz is just.
I'll tell you what, he might be a rookie, but the refs are protecting him.
Well, yeah, Does that go into the conspiracy theorists? It might be, well, see, the NFL now sees its next big stud, so we have to keep him safe. I'm not saying that's the case.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying that I just thought that was interesting.
Well, he's a good kid.
He is.
And I'm sure he knows.
And he's a hard-working kid, too. Did you know?
Did you hear the press conference today by Doug Peterson?
I did not.
Said his sorry, guys. His obsession over studying the video reminded Doug Peterson of Peyton Manning.
That's a good comparison. Did you know that Wentz once on a date was looking at video?
No, you can't do that. I mean, that's great. You're that dedicated, but dude, on a date? What are the odds you think he got a return date? He got a second date?
Probably slim to none.
Can you imagine that? You're out there, hold up, babe. I gotta check the safety coverage. Hold up. Oh man, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
I did not hear that story.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, it goes to that. But man, it's just it's awesome.
Appreciate the work ethic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what? And I think that this is a player that a lot of people in Philadelphia can relate to, because we are a hard-working city.
He doesn't seem fazed by it. I wasn't sure how he was going to be able to handle Philly, because we're an intense sports town. We demand a lot.
We're tough.
But he doesn't seem fazed by anything.
No.
I think he's going to be all right.
I think he is, too.
I really do. It's exciting. Donovan was exciting in a different way.
Yeah. He just brought that. But this is a guy that can do, everything that an elite quarterback, and I'm not saying that he's elite, that an elite quarterback can do.
It certainly looks that way. Now, we haven't seen the negatives yet, which they're coming. Okay,
yes.
let's pump the brakes here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's still a rookie. He's still a rookie. The mistakes are going to come. Okay, it'd be stupid for us to expect this is going to happen throughout. Yeah. How he's playing is going to keep going throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah,
the mistakes are going to happen.
I'm just saying that he's doing everything that an elite quarterback. You look at
this moment, he is. I totally agree. At this moment in time, he is. Yeah. All I'm saying is just be prepared, because the rookie mistake. He's still a rookie.
Yeah.
The rookie mistakes are going to happen. Just don't be surprised. Don't jump off. All right, he'll learn. He's a smart kid.
Yeah, but. That work ethic is something I can really appreciate.
Oh, man, it is. It is.
He's on the sideline. He's looking at that pad, and he's studying.
Yeah.
He is studying what he needs to look at. It's
good to see.
He's doing what he needs to do.
But there's no doubt. Like, I have no doubt. I'm like, all right, he's looking at. He's really learning something. I never felt that way. Even with Sam Bradford, even with Nick Foles. Who are the other guys we had? Like Michael Vick, Kevin Cobb,
Mike McMahon, Jeff Garcia.
Well, Garcia was a good quarterback.
Yeah, he was.
He stepped in and played well, but it's exciting. It's gonna be a nice feeling for the next 2 weeks before we go play Detroit. But real quick, big night tonight. Obviously, Monday Night Football. We also have the debates coming up. We just thought we mentioned it really quick. It's the presidential election.
Yep.
What are you expecting to see tonight from the debates, man?
A lot
of talk.
This is going to be back and forth.
Yeah.
I want to see how Trump does, and I'm not, again, our show. This does not reflect our.
Yeah, we're not going to go on. We're just analyzing it. Yeah, that's cool. We're just analyzing the debate.
I want to see how Trump handles himself in a presidential debate.
I wouldn't expect to see anything different.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think he's just going to be him. The thing I'm more interested to see, I want to see what approach Hillary takes. I want to see if she's going to attempt to go into the gutter with him, or if she's going to do what I think is her best chance, is to stick to the issues and expose him on that. Yeah, expose him on that. Because, if she goes into the gutter with him, she's going to get annihilated.
Nope.
She's going to get annihilated. That's his arena.
Because that would be the I told you so. So
yeah, I mean, her ads have been, going after Trump.
Yeah.
So I just think that would be a mistake. If she can stick to the issues at hand and expose him for his lack of, I mean, come on. I mean, qualification wise, there's no.
Yeah.
You just look strictly at qualifications. There's no argument. She's more qualified.
She's got all the proper,
she has all of it. The First lady, senator, secretary of state. He's a businessman.
Yeah.
He has no. I mean, really, he has no experience.
Yeah.
He's not qualified to be president. But when you look at it, there's no competition. But that's what I'm really interested to see. And I think how she handles these debates, how her approach to these debates, I think it's going to determine the election.
Yep.
Don't get into the gutter with him.
No. Take the higher ground.
That'll seal it for him. He's starting to make a comeback in the polls.
Yeah.
Which is
it's
concerning.
like that heat.
Yeah. Right now it is. Man, what an election we got. What choices we've got here. Man.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see. Last I checked, she was still I think a minus 230 favorite.
Wow.
But which was down from. She was like a minus 400 something back in July. So Vegas is starting to buy in. They think Trump has a chance, and he certainly does. He's kept it close in the polls, and is starting to make up ground.
You can bet on anything nowadays.
You can bet on anything you want. Have a World Cup of Hockey.
Yeah.
You do World Cup of Hockey. Canada's the overwhelming favorites, and Team Europe.
Team Europe. You know what? Even if they don't win, they should be proud of themselves. Because no one had them going to the finals.
I didn't.
They shocked Sweden yesterday.
Man, my pick got...
They beat them in overtime.
Yeah, and my pick got the axe. Canada took him out.
Yep.
Took out Russia.
5-3.
But anyway, we got to move it along here. So coming up now on our game pick segment.
Speaking of
yes,
picks and bets in Las
Vegas. Yes. Perfect segue.
Yes.
Perfect segue.
So, how are you, Dave? Good job, man. Good job.
Good job for what? The segue?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were going to refer to one of my plays of the week. Taking those Buffalo Bills plus 4.5 over the Arizona Cardinals.
Gotta give you a little applause for that, Dave.
Thank you. I got that one right.
You know what? It was funny because I was watching. What was it? It was Fox. It was the Washington New York game. Mm-hmm. The lady Clarissa came on. She's like, "Yeah, who saw that coming, right?"
Right here.
Yes.
Right here.
Yes.
That was a nice pick. Unfortunately,
and I had to send you a text there, Dave.
Yeah.
I sent you that text.
Well, that was a good one. Thanks for the props, but unfortunately, the Buccaneers let me down on my other one. So, still a 1-1 week for me. Man, he took it on the chin again. 0-2. The Giants. I was shocked by that Giants game.
Yeah.
I thought you were on the right side of that one. And the Steelers, boy. I think enough said there.
I'm eating crow. I'm eating crow. We're both eating crow.
I was going to let you eat that one in silence. We already hit on that. But I was going to let that one slide. We call this one
the Eating Crow Show.
But all right. So, Mike, since you're coming off a tough 2-week stretch here, give us some winners. Who you're going to lead off? Who you got? Who you got this week?
Okay. We go to Arizona.
Okay.
Where the Arizona Cardinals are 9-point favorites.
Okay. Against who?
The LA Rams. I got the Rams at +9 in Arizona.
All right. That's not a bad play.
The Rams are going to play their division rivals tough.
Yeah, true.
And I expect them no different out of them this week.
That's not a bad play. You got the Rams to cover. All right. That's not a bad play.
Then we're going to go to Cincinnati, where Cincinnati are 7-point favorites.
Okay.
Against the Miami Dolphins. This is a Thursday night game, folks.
Correct. Now, Thursday night games are traditionally sloppy.
Yes. So, I expect Miami to cover that.
Wow, so you like 2 dogs this week.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, man, there are a lot of games where I see the lines this week that I really like a lot of games this week. I've limited it down to 3. Okay. I'm going to make my final call here. My first 2, and you know what? I'm just going to go with the first 2 that jumped out and my guts were, wow, something's up here. I'm going to go to New York, where the Seattle Seahawks are coming across the country to play the New York Jets. And again, this line stuck out to me. Seattle Seahawks are only 1.5 favorites against the New York Jets. Russell Wilson's banged up. West Coast team flying East Coast. Give me the New York Jets to win that game.
You know what?
At +1.5.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking about taking that game too, but I was like, maybe something a little more, something a little different,
Yeah.
I
maybe a win.
Yeah, I think, yeah, a win that would definitely be nice.
It'd be good for anybody who's actually playing your picks, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, but I just it's a weird line. Something that's telling me something there. So, give me the Jets in that game.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go back down to Tampa Bay. The Denver Broncos coming into Tampa Bay, flying high over that nice win in Cincinnati. And again, I looked at this line. The Denver Broncos are only 3-point favorites on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a back-to-back road games for the Broncos. Toughest thing to do in the NFL, win 2 straight games on the road. Again, I look at that and I say, why? Something doesn't make sense why the Broncos only 3-point favorites against the Buccaneers, who just bungled the game against the Rams. I'm going to give them another shot. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to defeat the Denver Broncos at +3.
Are you sure?
I am positive. I look at that line. Something's goofy there, man. So give me the Buccaneers at +3 and the Jets at +1.5. I have both those teams winning those games. You've got the Dolphins at +7 to cover and the Rams at +9 to cover.
Yes.
There they are, our locks of the week. I think those are some good plays. Honestly, I do. I'm not sure about your Dolphins play, but I like the Rams. I think the Rams could cover that. I could see the Rams keeping that close. But there they are. So lock them in. We're gonna get. Well, hopefully, Mike. I think you got a couple wins coming this week.
I would hope so.
I hope all your viewers too. Anybody playing them as well. But there you go. Lock them in for us. So time now. Moving right along. Trivia time. All right. Our trivia question this past week. Again, viewing audience, man, we tried to give you one. Still didn't get it. I thought this is an easy one. So, which means we're going to turn it over now to Mike. Again, our trivia question from last week. Name the last rookie quarterback, other than Carson Wentz. Name the last rookie quarterback to start a season 2-0. Mike, who you got?
The Sanchez.
You would be correct. Nicely done. Mark Sanchez, what year?
2009.
2009. Nice job by you, man. All right, so there it is. That makes it 3-0.
Yep.
3-0, Dave and Mike. Audience, you're starting to slip behind. We might have to hit the reset button here soon, Mike. I don't know.
Yes.
This audience, we love our viewers. We appreciate you guys. Your trivia knowledge, though, I think you guys need some work. So that means we got new trivia this week. Mike's in charge of that. Mikey, what's our new trivia question?
When? The Eagles beat the Steelers yesterday.
Correct.
We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when was the last time the Steelers came to Philadelphia and came away with the win?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I'm going to have to think about that. Wow. All right. See, I'm already trying to get my answer ready for next week. Good question. So there it is. Name the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Nice job. That's a good one. That's hard. That's hard. Again, no outside help. No Twitter, Google, Wikipedia, any of that stuff.
And I'll tell you what, the answer, and I'm not going to reveal anything.
Don't,
I was shocked. I was completely, I almost spit out my cereal. I was that shocked.
So you're giving away a little information. There you go. You got a little hint, audience. Got a little hint there. All right, so time for shout-outs now. Moving it along. Starting off, good week on Twitter. Mike, who we got?
We got Scott in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Hip Hop Revolution. And Dub Nation, #Dub Nation.
And we also have shout-outs to Melo DaCosta on Twitter, following us. And fantasy football guru Daniel Phillips followed us this week on Twitter. Maybe see if we get him on the show.
Yeah.
Get some fantasy football advice. Maybe, yeah.
Inside knowledge.
Yeah, he's an Eagles fan, apparently, looking at his Twitter page. So maybe we hit that up. See if we can't get him on the show for a few minutes. Get some of his picks. But there you go, guys. Again, we appreciate your support. You can follow us on Twitter at the Philly Pod. We're on SoundCloud.
Facebook.
We're on YouTube. Facebook with Philly Pod page. And we're on iTunes. Free downloads on iTunes.
Who doesn't like stuff for free?
That's right. So, listen, we've appreciated all the support. And the last week's episode has been a big hit. Really? Yeah, very popular on iTunes. So, hey, guys, listen, we appreciate the support. You guys are what, makes us go. So, we appreciate it all.
Definitely.
So time to wrap it up. Eagles going into a bye. Next week, what we're going to do, we'll talk about the Eagles-Lions game. We don't know if we're going to... Well, we're going to split it up.
Yeah.
We don't know in what order, but we're going to talk about the Eagles-Lions game, and next week's going to be our...
Flyers preview. They actually have a preseason game tomorrow against the Islanders.
Yeah.
At home, too. At home.
So, Eagles preview and Flyers 2016-2017 preview. So, man, good show tonight, man.
Definitely, man.
I thought that was
high
good
energy
stuff. Yeah.
High octane energy.
Well, we should, man. We're flying high. Anyway, time to sign it off.
Flying
Check us out.
high into the bye.
That's right. Check us out next week. We'll be, recording again next Monday.
Yes.
We're going to upload Tuesday here with this episode. Time to sign it off. I'm Dave.
I'm Mike.
Catch you guys next week for another episode of the Philly Pod.
Peace.